If everybody can kind of close their eyes. I do this a lot. I want you to imagine a beach on a coast. Some cliffs on one side of the beach. Some water crashing on the waves crashing on the beach. Tranquil, serene, just a very peaceful place. Bluffs overlooking the beach that you can stand on and you can see forever. You can stand on top of these bluffs and you can see the horizon 10 miles away. Sun's coming up. But there's something different about this beach. This beach is a beach that was on June 6th. The greatest day that possibly, barring Christ, the day of freedom has ever known. On this beach, the greatest battle ever written in mankind took place on June 6th. The place was France, and the town was called Normandy. And on this beach, hundreds of thousands of men were involved in the greatest battle ever recorded in history. Greater than Gettysburg, greater than the Egyptian or Jews leaving Egypt, even greater than, the Thermopylae Pass, the Battle of Marathon, Alexander the Great's battles. I was reading one article that said one of Alexander the Great's battles could not possibly have had as many people involved than the Battle of Normandy, because there weren't that many people on earth at that time. Now, we're not talking just about soldiers, we're talking about flight crews, support people. There was over 150,000 people involved on both sides in the Battle of Normandy. I had an uncle, my Uncle John, he's passed away now. He was in the 4th Infantry Division, and he fought on Omaha Beach. He was on the second wave, and he got off his landing craft, and he said the first 25 yards of ocean was solid red. I mean, if you talk about the theory of the solution to pollution is dilution, how much blood it takes to make ocean red for 25 feet up and down the beach was nothing but dead soldiers and dead fish. And you say, why dead fish? Because of the explosions and the bullets in the water. That's how many there were. That the beach, even after the days, stunk of dead fish because of weeks it took them to actually remove the fish from Normandy Beach. So you're asking, how does this work into a church service? Well, this isn't your everyday church, and we're not your everyday people.
That's right.
We're people that live a real life, and we have real problems, and we're not here to mask them. We're here to deal with them. So for soldiers to deal with that kind of pressure, I'm a combat veteran. My brother Lucky here is a combat veteran. And people will ask, I'm sure they've asked him, how do you even, my mind can't even process that thought. How do soldiers and Marines deal with that? It's because we're trained, because we're prepared, and because we have an overwhelming commitment to one another. Old Glory and apple pie is great, but it's the man to your left and your right that's what counts.
Yes, sir.
To come off of one of those boats, and your only chance for survival is to run forward into machine guns. The only chance you have for survival is to get underneath those machine guns and get to the seawall. If you stop, if you faint, if you try to hide, there's nothing to hide on the beach. There's some tank traps and stuff like that out there, but they're not very big. And everybody's trying to get behind them. You'll die. You have to go forward. You have to make that sacrifice. Part of our life as a Christian is to be warriors. We've forgotten that in the church. My Bible real quick. You see, a warrior, when we have missions, and Jesus gives us a mission, and this is why I like microphones with wireless headsets, so I can do all this stuff at the same time. So in 2 Corinthians 5, start in verse 6. So from now on regard no one with a worldly point of view. Though we once regarded Christ in this way, we do so no longer. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, and the new has come. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ, and gave us his ministry of reconciliation.